Today we're going to show you how an ear is made. This young man is 8 years old, and 1 year ago he started with his ear reconstruction. This little boy was born with something called Microtia, which means little ear. So when he came in, he initially came in with one normal ear on his left side, but his right ear was this over on this side, and that's what it looked like, a little ear. Now, Microtia typically has an earlobe and a very small portion of the ear with some cartilage in it, but there's no ear canal. Now, some children do have an ear canal, but most don't, and he is one who did not have an ear canal. But you can see that's what he started with. So how did we go about doing this to make him a normal ear? Well, we took some cartilage from his ribs and we carved it into a framework that looks like this. And that's what we put inside of the skin where his little ear is. And so that is the first stage, and after we were done, that's what it looked like. So we put in, and now this is a left ear. However, the cartilage is the same thing. We put it inside here, and this was what was left. Here was his little ear, and we put the cartilage underneath. That's the first stage. The second stage is taking the earlobe and putting it over here into a more normal position, and that's what he ended up on the second stage. The next stage was to cut around the ear, lift it up, and put a skin graft behind so that we could make it elevated, and so now it's not stuck down to the head, and that's what he got there. So this is his third stage. So just last week this young man had his fourth stage, and what we did is we lifted the ear up, we put a little piece of cartilage underneath to hold it out, and we fixed this little trap door called the tragus. So thus far what we have is the original Microtia, the first stage with the cartilage underneath and the earlobe, the transposition or movement of the earlobe into a normal position, and now we're going to lift this up, put a piece of cartilage in, and fix the tragus. And like I said, we did that last week. So he comes in today, and we're going to take his dressing down. And the dressing here protects his ears so that they don't get squished over the last week with a tight dressing. Turn your head this way. Now here you go. And we take off some of the extra fuzzies. And we take out this dressing here. You just kind of have to ignore the blood there. This is the tragus now, and you can see that it's a better shape. The bowl here is called the concha, and that has a pretty good shape. And then we take this dressing out, and you can see that his new ear is lifted off of the head, and he has a space in there. We take out some of these sutures here. Now the ear is a little bit swollen, but you can see that he's got a pretty good shape. And there's a space between the ear and the back of the head. Now over time the swelling will go down, and you're going to see a beautiful ear come out. And if you look on the other side, what we did is we did what we call an otoplasty, or an ear pinning. So we took a little bit of skin from behind and some sutures to put this ear back so that it's about the same level off of the head as the other ear. So now you can see that this ear and this ear are looking more like they should be. And let's go ahead and sit up. This ear is a little more swollen, but over time the swelling will go down and will look more like this ear. And this young man's going to be able to go to school and not be worried about having two different ears. He's got two ears and they look pretty close. Now that's how you make an ear.